Hey Bear, how are you? No, see, I don't follow all the mainstream ones. I don't know about them. I know Everly, but I don't follow them. I've got zero interest. I'm like, can you stop having kids? It's unethical. You can, and I've said this before, and I don't mean this as any offense, because I don't believe anyone in here plans on having that many children in this day and age, because we know now, one, it costs too much. Two, people know that it's actually not that ethical. Three, think back to anyone you know came from a family like that growing up. There's always a sense of neglect to some extent. I don't think it's ethical to be having like over 4 children. Actually, even more than like 3. I don't think that you can, as a parent, can fulfill your children's needs. Like every single child, I don't think you can be fulfilling their needs if you have that many kids. And not just financially, but like emotionally, like the support they have, like, you know, yeah, that's fucked, Tracy. Yeah. One of my good friends in primary school was from a family 1 of 6. Oh, see, that's just unlucky, Tracy. She was 1 of 6 and she was like in the middle. I'm telling you, she was so neglected. Like, she always stunk. She was always dirty. Like, not her fault. She was a kid. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. The older siblings end up having to do so much for the younger ones when that's not their role. It's not your role as a sibling to parent your siblings. 5 kids, all from donors. Is that necessary? Childhood was great. I think it just depends on the family. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not... Because one of my best friends from high school was 1 of 6 kids as well. And she did have a great childhood. And she has such a good sense of family. But I tell you, she didn't get everything she needed emotionally from her parents. And you might be different. As I'm saying, like, don't take offense if you're someone that's 1 of 6. But I feel like in this day and age, even people that come from big families, you don't want... I can guarantee you don't think that you want to have that many kids yourself. I did disclaim at the start. I said, don't take offense. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't mean offense. And you, honestly, if you are from that big of a family unit and it was a healthy, great environment, which it can be, and you had all your needs fulfilled by your parents in every way, you are very lucky. You must have really good, like very lucky circumstances, you know? I have a sister 9 years older than me. Wow. They're my cousin, there's 9 years between them. I'm the eldest 4 because Dad remarried after Mum passed, but the big age gap has probably helped. Josh has a sister 15 years younger than him, and that's enough for me. Yeah, so valid. Poor Mum had 4 kids under the age of 5. That's fucking crazy. I mean, I do take my hat off to mums that like do that. I'm like, yeah, I could never. I couldn't do it. Not because that the way I was brought up, because my dad is just a shit dad. Yeah, and then that's what I mean. Then, so if you got a shit dad, right, one of your parents is not pulling the load like they should be, there's so much on your mum, and it's impossible for her to meet the needs of 6 children. Like, and sometimes it's circumstantial. It's not that your mum is not trying to do the most. It's just, it was probably fucking so overwhelming for her. That's what I mean. I just, every kid I've known from families of like 6 aren't getting the attention they should. But that's just my experience. You know, it's not everyone's. Well, Josh's dad is 1 of 9 and he's got a lot of trauma. 7, sorry. 1 of 7. And they named them with J names. I went to primary school with a family and they had 6 kids and every kid had 8 letters in their name. Like, they all had 8 letters. They had like regular names, but they would make them have 8 letters. Hey CJ, how are you? Your sister's 10 years older than you. I'm 5.5 years older than Zoe. My partner's one of 6. We all catch up. I mean, it's great when you grow up. I mean, the more siblings, the better when you grow up. But I also, and I think like, she won't mind me saying this, but having lots of siblings doesn't guarantee a close family unit either. And Sammy's a good example of that. Why is it so loud, sweetheart? Ping you and Zoe. Yeah, great. No, it's great, Danny. It's great now. There were certain times, like, we've always been good, but when she was like 10 and I was like 15, it was a little bit hard because she's like idolizes me, but I'm like 15, so I'm like, piss off. But really good now. Like, it's fine. Once you kind of get, once she was like 14, 15 and I was like 20, 21, like completely fine with being close. My brother is 9 years older than me. We aren't close at all. I think the bigger the gap, the harder it is. Because I feel like when there's a gap like that, and as I said, Josh has a sister 15 years younger than him. The oldest is always going to feel like they've had to parent in some way rather than a sibling. Does that make sense? They're going to feel like they've had to care for that child more than just being siblings growing up. Always been close, just the 2 of us. Oh, I love that, Danny. Your stepbrother's in his 40s. Wow. My brother's 4 years different. Yeah, me and Zoe are 5.5. But that's my mum didn't want to have another baby until I started school. Which I think makes sense. Because having a toddler and a newborn would be hard. Fight like cat and dog. Now and now you miss her, Lucy. Bigger gap than I thought. My sister is 7 years older and we never got on. It's better now. I think it's easy when living apart. I think me and Zoe will get on when we live apart. My mum said she wanted more kids, but she actually wasn't sure that she would have more kids because my birth was so fucked. Which I'm like, I can't believe my mum went back for a second. But she booked in for a cesarean with Zoe. She didn't even go into labour because of everything that happened with me. Hey Jazz, how are you? She wants me to babysit. Hey Annabelle, how are you, doll? Only one they come to for help now. Sorry. Oh. Sorry. Oh, CJ, I feel like well, like triplets for you, but a twin vibe would be pretty, like, stronger than a typical connection. Everyone's moved out. We were close as kids, fought as teens, solstice as adults. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, I'm pinning the little pinchy thing. You're a twin? I didn't know that. Imagine me a quadruplet. Well, CJ's a triplet, which is kind of crazy. When I found that out, I was like, wow. Because, like, you hear of a lot of twins, but not as many triplets.